So let's do a quick update on the excavator, mini excavator, micro excavator, FF13. So one thing you might want to do is if you get this FF13 with the cab, it makes it impossible to get to this plate or to open the back. So this guy opens up. Let me walk around here. This guy opens up right here. Right. So let's see. It opens up to give you access to the motor, which is awesome. But because of the way the cab sits on there, it actually comes down to about right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, so it's got 6 bolts. Can I get around this way? Yeah. Cool. Not a little guy. So it's got 6 bolts that hold this cab on. There's 2 here, 2 here, 2 there. There's 1 here and another one just like it on the other side of the console. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get either, I have a bunch of washers. Maybe I'll just use washers. But I'm going to need to get some spacers. I'm going to space it up about, because it looks like it's about, if you look right here, this is the plate that it mounts with. It's about 3/4 of an inch. So I figure if I come up about an inch on all these, that'll give me access. I mean, yeah, it's not going to seal against it as well, but honestly, who cares about that? This is just about, keeping the rain off you. You got a little fan, a little light, windshield wipers, so on and so forth. It's mostly, this cab is mostly for wintertime use. It'll keep you warm, but in the summertime, whoo, it's toasty in there. I'm probably going to end up taking one of these windows out for summertime. Probably this window right here, because it is cooking in there whenever, it's summertime, right? The end of summer right now, and it is toasty. The fan, it works. It blows air, but this thing is loud. You'll need to have ear protection. I'm thinking about getting another muffler for it, because right now all it has is a straight pipe coming out. I might get a muffler. I don't know. It's neither here nor there. So one of the things that you have to think about whenever you get one of these is everything tight. So this hydraulic motor for the turret, at least that's what I'm going to call it, turret. Let's see. Get this plate out here. This is like 10 gauge plate. So this motor right here, all these bolts were loose, and as you can see, it made a bit of a mess. So before I drop this thing back down, I'm going to go through and check all my hoses to make sure that everything's tight. Even the ones, I don't know if you can see them down there. I'm pointing with my middle finger there. I want to make sure all those are tight. I'm going to go through with the Allen, make sure all these are tight. You just got to, the quality of the machine is not a real high standard. It's pretty durable. Don't get me wrong, it's stout. Because you got, what, a little over probably close to 3/8 there. This is 1/2 inch, probably, maybe a little thicker. I mean, this guy's pretty stout. I mean, it's done some work already, and it's good. I mean, it's been pretty solid. But yeah, I mean, my turret stopped working. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then I saw smoke coming out of the back. So the neat thing about this too is, oh, I've got this. Oh, nice. Drop my ratchet down there. You can that's a fuel tank. You can access the motor a little bit through here, but accessing it through that back is going to be a lot better. I gotta find my ratchet. Accessing through this back panel is going to be a lot better. A lot of them, I guess, I'm watching YouTube videos, and a lot of them don't open up back here. So you want to really pay attention to that. This FF13 does with the cab. Again, the cab on there, stock. It doesn't sit on there right. So you're gonna have to lift it up or take it off in order to access anything. I'm gonna put spacers on there, and hopefully that works out well for me. But it's a good little machine. I mean, you got your power for your electrical power, right? This guy right here, I disconnected it because thought I was going to take the whole cab off. This is for your switches up here, which is your wiper lights, because it's got lights on the cab, and for the fan. And then you've got a little dome light right here that's got a switch in the back there. It's not bad quality. I've heard a lot of different, nightmare scenarios about these things. Not nightmare, I mean, just little things, kind of like that motor, right? All the bolts were loose. So yeah, just go through your machine, make sure things are tight. I'm gonna have to go through, because I'm watching a lot of these videos, and they're saying, I'm seeing grease on these coming out of these seals, but it's like, okay, well, some of that grease is not real, or it's not a lot of grease. So I'm gonna have to I'll grease this guy up. Yeah, look at that, man. That's more than 1/2 inch. Dig's great. As you can see, I went through quite a bit of hydraulic, not realizing what the issue was. But that's probably a good thing. I need to drain the hydraulic anyway. I'm going to drain the engine oil, get new engine oil in it, get good, fresh engine oil in it, because let's face it, Chinese oil is probably not the best quality. Same with the hydraulic. These things are, they're from China. I bought it at an auction. I guess people are paying like 10 grand for these things, and I got it for a lot cheaper than that. A lot. And I got a bunch of attachments that I purchased as well. So we'll be playing with those. I mean, yesterday, this is what I did yesterday. In just a couple hours, not even a couple hours, probably a couple hours. I was able to dig all that up and push it over here. Before my turret stopped working. Then I noticed the leak. Tightened it down though. Seems to be working fine now, but it needs oil. I'm going to modify this plate so I can pull it straight out, without having to fuss with it too much. Especially since there'll be a gap. I'll have a gap in between there with that 1/2 inch spacer, or 1/2 inch or 1 inch spacer. Throttle seems to be good. I've heard stories about the choke and the throttle cable not holding up. I looked at mine, and they look like they're pretty stout, so I'm guessing they've upgraded it since then. This was a lot of complaints from people not having access through the back or having to unbolt everything in order to get to it. There's like a, on some of them, there's this back area right here is a separate plate, and they unbolt it to get access to the motor board. This one kind of hinges out. Now, as you can see, like that's dented right there. And I mean, I bought it at auction. What do you want? I mean, it was new, but it's coming from China, so it's one of those things. But it scratched up my paint. Oh no, scratched up my paint. So anyway, that's the how much time do we got on this thing? What do we got? 1 hour exactly. That's how much time we got on it. And a lot of guys say that, you know, run it for the first hour and then change out all the oils. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's your battery right there in a little compartment there. It's got a metal strap that goes over it. You got access to, I mean, through there, most of the hydraulics. Take this cover off and you'll have access to the back where all your valving is. You know, it's all mounted to this plate right here, so take this panel off and whoop, take that off. It works pretty good though. I mean, it's a little, it's lightweight. I mean, you got to get used to it. It's not something that you're going to be digging through hard pack stuff, at least not with that bucket. I got a ripper. I have a small ripper that'll probably go right through hard pack, which I'll need because I'm going to be digging over here on this other side to put in my irrigation for the back here, just sprinklers. And then yeah, and then I want to put a automatic water for the chickens, and hopefully get rid of this goat here pretty soon. She's kind of a pain. She likes butting against the fence, and as you can see right there, she pokes holes in the fence. And she doesn't like being away from the chickens, so whatever. Yeah, that's where we're at. I'm gonna be burying my fire pit. I've already busted up all this concrete. Did a good job. I mean, it rocked and rolled for a while, but it did pretty good. Pushed all this dirt over with the blade, and yeah, it's going. I still have to bust up because all that sits up above, so I'll have to bust all that up still. But it should be pretty light work. I hit it with the sledge, crack it, because it's a bunch of cracks in it already. Crack it up, kick it over with the blade. That'll be it. I had 2 more posts right here, and I just grabbed them and I pushed them, grabbed them, picked them up, threw them in the hole. Pretty easy stuff. Pretty good stuff. I'm excited about getting this backyard because I got gophers and stuff like that. So I'm going to level this all out, and then anytime I see a gopher hole, I'm going to exhaust them. I'll put a hose into their hole and run exhaust through it. But yeah, man, this thing's, I mean, gosh, a couple hours worth of work, man, that would have taken me all day. Just digging it. I know, because I dug that hole by hand. That took some doing, let me tell you. Even though it was nice and soft dirt. Anyway, that's all I got. All right. God bless. Bye.